Hello, hello. Welcome to the Gemini channel. My name is Laura, and I'm going to do a general message for Gemini. Know that energy is fluid and roles can be reversed. Always interpret the message as it best resonates with you. If you're new to my channel, know that I like to go in deep in my reading, so I like to look at everything, but we definitely look at more about the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play out as karmic themes within your experience. So take that into consideration if ever you want to get a reading from me. Part of your reading is always going to be a shadow reading. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you also have to be open to getting the reading done live. I believe in spiritual law, what's best for everyone. Best for me, I get to expose the channel. Best for you, you get a free reading, and collectively, whoever falls upon this reading can always benefit from the knowledge. See, that's the thing with shadow readings. Shadow readings explain to us why everyone's doing what they're doing. And it gives you an opportunity to see your situation from a different perception, which is not just healing, but enables you to decide what other things that you could do to actually shape shift your situation. Now, anything of any importance or relevance to the channel, you can find in the description box. And if you also want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you got to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always on the first card that I pull out, is the underlining energy that tells me why everyone's doing what they're doing. So we're going to jump right on in today. Hope everyone's having a great day today. All right. Now, if you're connected also to a Virgo or Scorpio or any other zodiac, you can check out my Virgo channel, my Scorpio channel, or my all zodiac psychic soul healer channel. Again, the links will be in the description box. And if you're looking for shadow healing, my Patreon link will be in there as well. Okay. The energy is intolerance. I feel like you got to a point a long time ago that you were intolerant of like your soulmate's bullshit, one person that you feel extremely connected to on a spiritual level, but on a physical level, they don't give you anything. They don't show you anything. I feel like you just got to the point where you're like, if it's not on my vibration, I don't want it in my life. I feel like Gemini, you've done a lot of work on yourself. You've done a lot of reflecting. And you're kind of like looking around your life and you're deciding who needs to not stay in your life any longer because they don't really contribute to your life. And I feel like the one person that you are kind of on the fence about because you hold the cognitive dissonance to is your soulmate. There's a part of you that is like, I really don't want you in my life because you don't contribute anything. And if anything, I feel like you bring my energy down, and it's because this person triggers you and they don't do anything to fix the energy. But there is this unconditional love. There is this feeling of home. So again, you're holding on to a cognitive dissonance and it's creating a lot of turbulent energy inside of you. And I feel like your person for a long time, I feel like they didn't take this connection very seriously. I feel like yeah, they always had a connection, but they didn't really feel like they had to put in much effort. I feel like this person misjudged you, and I feel like now they actually can feel like you're like done, that you're over it. I feel like they finally realized that they took it too far, and I feel like they did because it's like if you care about someone, why are you like staying away from that person? Why are you, you know, trying to make me feel as if you don't care? It's like that's childish games. That's what you do in kindergarten. That's what you do in first grade, like grammar school when you like somebody, but you're too afraid to show your emotions. Like I feel like you're dealing with someone that's very immature and like they'll do little things to get underneath your skin to get you to react. That's just how they can read whether you care about them or not. And it's really where you're like, I'm too grown for this. So this is the energy. So I'm feeling like the person that you're connected to has a lot of anxiety and worry because they know that they took it too far and they never really looked to see how it like what they were doing, how it was making you feel. I feel like this person looked at everything like it was a game. This is that energy. So we're gonna actually see what they did. See exactly what they did. Um, I feel like this person didn't give you any time. I feel like they weren't 100% out of a relationship, to be honest with you. And if it wasn't that they were out of a relationship fully, that they give time and energy and effort to other people in their life, whether that's family, family and friends, everyone became before you. So it's again, it's like this person likes to be seen as someone that's very important. And that's because they don't feel good about themselves. So what they'll do is they self-sacrifice. And it's also because they feel like they have intimacy issues, they have trust issues, which relationships really aren't that comfortable for this person. They're usually not a relationship type of person. I feel like they're usually a one night stand type of person, that has this likes to compartmentalize, which is, hook up, get their needs met sexually, get their needs met emotionally through sex and through a short period of surface camaraderie. And then I feel like all their energy and effort goes towards family, friends, people that have been in their life already. So it's almost like you feel like that you're not really part of this person's life. You feel like they are like compartmentalizing you, and they are. It's a way that they protect themselves. It's not because this person doesn't have feelings for you. I just feel like when a person has gone through shadows and they haven't healed, what they try to do is they overcompensate to try to create the balance within the imbalance, meaning they said, well, in my past relationship, I overgave. This person had too much power. They were part of my life. And so when that relationship ended, I lost friends, I lost money, I lost this. So what I'm going to do in my next relationship, I'm not going to bring them around all my friends. I'm not going to include them in parts of my life. So if it doesn't work out, I'm not going to lose anything. But the problem is that this person is unconsciously looking at their relationship not working out. So they're not giving the energy that they had with you anything. No time, no energy, no effort, which is actually very insulting to you. That's what it felt like. You got time to be everybody else's savior, to fix everything for everybody else, but you don't care about how you're making me feel. And so again, where then it was like this person saw you as being excessive, but how you saw it, it's like I might be saying something to you, but the problem is excessive. Like you just keep on doing the same thing, and then you see me as being like overly dramatic, like not knowing when to stop, which is really gaslighting, very manipulative because you're ignoring my feelings. You're disregarding my feelings, which this person likes to do. And this is what you noticed. And the reason why is because they compartmentalize. And when you compartmentalize, you can't allow for the person to have their full spectrum of emotions. This person wants to like conduct their life where they have you in certain areas and not in other areas. And that would mean that you would have to be happy when they want you to be happy and sad when you don't want them to be sad. So you don't really even feel like you're a person. You don't feel like they're treating you like a person because they won't let the relationship go deep. And the reason why is because you're not allowed to be emotionally vulnerable with this person. And it's their way again of not going deep. So they don't um have a deep connection, emotional connection, because I feel like they had an emotional connection and they trusted this person, and they saw it as that person sabotaged them. But I feel like this person is always like deceiving you, but deceiving, like I don't really feel like it's like that this person is cheating, but I just feel like they don't really say who that they are. They hide a lot. It's like they don't want you to know stuff. So it's like, and yes, they do what's best for them. So it's like that deceiving energy again, which it's like if you're connected to someone, you shouldn't feel like they're strategizing, deceiving, trying to get over. And that's the energy there. You're like, it's like you're trying to get over on me. Because the irony is when a person does this, they compartmentalize and you go along with it, they disrespect you. That's what winds up happening over time. And it's not, they're not even conscious of it in the beginning. And it's because you're allowing someone to disrespect you. And so you understood this right away. And so this person would continually try to, like, again, trick you, deceive you into like going back into like the same exact thing that you tried to lay a boundary on. And I feel like you were like, this is why you're intolerant, because you're like, no is no. And unless you can like come and correct and treat me with equal give and take reciprocity, and that means emotionally too, like that I can be emotionally vulnerable and you're going to be emotionally vulnerable to me, and I'm included in all areas of your life, just not parts of your life that are comfortable for you, well, then we're not in a real relationship. And this is what you feel. And this is what you see when people have gone through trauma and they from a past relationship where they feel betrayed. They feel again, like again, betrayed. So what happens is the person compartmentalizes even more so. And it's their way of control, which is total second chakra imbalance. And when you're in a relationship, you have to be able to go with the flow of the relationship. Because guess what? There's always going to be problems in a relationship. No one's perfect. And this person doesn't allow for there to be anything. So, of course, you don't feel safe. You don't feel seen. You don't feel heard. You don't feel connected to. And then you keep telling this person and they see it as excessive. But it's like you see their behavior as excessive. Like, and in that, you're like, I don't feel safe because I tell you, and then you keep doing it. And like almost trying to make you like try and be uh perfect, subservient in the connection, where really this person's not perfect. They like to perceive that they are also, but it's like it's again putting you in a situation almost like if you don't know me on an emotional level, because I'm not allowed to open up to you emotionally, and because you want to compartmentalize, then you only want to view me like from this level of consciousness that is not really fact. It's again more of what you want me to be, which is a perfect for you. But it's like, and in that, that puts a lot of pressure on me that I'm not allowed to be emotionally vulnerable. I'm not allowed to make a mistake. I'm not allowed to be human. Where you're like, it's like, otherwise, you punish me. Like you make me feel unworthy, and you make me feel unworthy because I'm not following your rules. So it's a very manipulative way that this person wants to be in a relationship. They care about their needs. They don't really care about anyone else's needs. However, they'll tell you that they do care. Now, a lot of times when people act this way, they're not 100% conscious of it. But I feel like that this person uh was, and the reason why is because they said that it was excessive. So if it's excessive, where I'm complaining about it this much, you know what I'm complaining about. So it's like almost like you felt like this person was keeping you stuck in this endless cycle of making you feel like you could be in a relationship but feel lonely. Like you felt really lonely, like that's worse than being not in a relationship. It's worse to be in a relationship with someone that doesn't care. But what this was, it was like, again, not just not care, but you felt lonely. And also, it was bringing down your energy because this person was kind of making you feel as if you weren't worthy of it. Because if you're explaining to someone how you feel and they're not like taking that into consideration, well, emotionally, it'll turn your life upside down because person is supposed to be creating emotional support or support. And just support is psychological support, it's emotional support, it's support when you're in a relationship. That's why you have a relationship. That's what you're supposed to get in a relationship. And it's supposed to be equal give and take reciprocity. And it's not. This person compartmentalizes, they get what they want, they don't give you what you want. And then what happens is that they still want you in their life and they feel like that they can get it. So instead of really fixing and hearing you and taking what you're saying to them into consideration, they just keep going back trying to do the same exact thing. Like again, keeping you trapped in this endless cycle of that. And then of course it's like then what happens is this person acts even more like a jerk, and where they again stonewall you, don't talk to you, ghost you, and then they blame you. And they blame you because they're like, well, you're excessive about the problem. It's like you keep complaining. So they're focusing on your reaction, but not what they do. And so, of course, then what happens is that you don't want to be with this person. Why would you want to be with this person on an emotional level if they're not giving you anything emotionally? And then they don't understand that. And it goes back to, again, blaming you. So this is what made you like say, I'm intolerant to that. I'm intolerant to you not emotionally taking my feelings into consideration. I am intolerant for you no longer showing up for me. I am intolerant to you trying to compartmentalize me, put you where you want me to put you so that your needs get met, and then you're ignoring me. I'm intolerant to being in a one-sided relationship with you. That's where you are. So let's see what they're gonna do now that this is where you are. Let's see what they feel. Well, see why you attracted this person into your life. But we always want to know, what is this? You are always on my mind. So again, like I feel like this person again wouldn't have anyone in their life if they weren't really crazy about you. So the irony is that they are. If anything, they're excessive about you. I feel like they're obsessive about you and they really have strong feelings, which is why they want you in their life, but they also don't want you to be able to hurt them. So it's like I said, this person is trying to like overcompensate for how they feel instead of actually do the healing that they need to do. I check on you from afar. So again, this person's not very emotionally intelligent. So I feel like it's difficult for this person to really open up. They don't want to really seem as if they care as much as they do. Um, but they still want to feel as if they're in your life, though I don't feel like they're in your life right now because you had like again got tired of the bullshit. You're like, you're gonna like do have me in your life like almost like what am I, a pawn on your chess game? Like you want to put me here and then put me there and then put me there. It's like I'm not allowed to be my own person. I am intimidated by you. So again, this person doesn't really believe that you'll even stay with them. So again, this is another reason why they need the healing, because of those past relationships. They don't see themselves as really worthy. And so they again try to control the situation. And the real reason why is because there is feelings, but like, so they don't want to be abandoned. And you intimidate them, so they already feel like you're probably not going to really like them once you get to know them. which that's their shit. That's what needs to be healed. Because we see if we go into relationships and we're seeing our life through that perception, well, we're never going to get anything good that comes from that. Again, over the moon, but there again, they have feelings again, very strong feelings for you. It's again, but it's because of their lack of confidence and their past trauma. It's like they don't know what they want, because it's like, I do have feelings for you, but I don't want to go into a relationship that's just going to end horribly, or that you're just going to leave me, or it ends horribly for me, is where this person is at. So I don't see them doing anything right now because they're still trying to figure out, but it doesn't mean that they don't have feelings for you. It's you know what I mean? It's not like they don't have feelings for you. What it is that I just feel like they haven't done enough healing, and they already know that if they go into this connection with you, that you're going to hold to a certain standard, or it's just going to go back into the same cycle of you not being happy with them because emotionally they're not going to give you what you're deserving of. And they don't know whether they can do that for you. And mainly we see they don't know, because if I do that, you're probably not gonna like me and you're gonna leave. So do I want to put my ass on the line again? That's what it looks like. Um, yeah, this person, like, I feel like is taking a time out, and they're trying to see things from a new perspective. They're trying to see things from a new perspective. So I feel like they're gonna contemplate on it. They're gonna think about it. And I feel like, again, they're working through their stuff. Like this connection, I feel like they are over the moon for you. They do have like this, but it's almost like it's better to keep you in a place where, like, maybe somewhere down the line I can pick up this connection when I'm going to be ready, and I won't have destroyed this connection. And that's really what I feel like with this person, because they're like they don't want to destroy this connection, but they know that they have to change the narrative on how they, dealt the situation. And that's only through changing themselves. And like it keeps going back to, like, they're working through their shit. They don't know whether they can rise to that vibration. And that's really what it is. It's like we get our soul mates, past life karmic mates, or ones that come in to teach us. And what to see here, thank God you got to a place where you're like, I'm not dealing with this. And you walked away, because what we see here is a person that is very insecure, and they would have continued to keep it compartmentalized, which you would have been in a relationship but felt very lonely and never really gotten what you needed from the relationship. So it's a good thing, because like you said, it ends, this person feels like it ends with, yeah, it didn't work out, but it just didn't work out. Like maybe we can pick it up somewhere down the line. You don't hate me, kind of. Where I don't know whether you do or you don't. I feel like this person played a lot of games, and I don't really feel like you're thinking that great of this person now. I feel like this person is a coward a little bit, and they don't want to do the work. And so they want to, like, in their mind, be like, well, I didn't completely destroy the relationship, but the only reason why they didn't destroy the relationship is because you walked away and you were like intolerant to their bullshit. So this person really is not on your vibration. So the way that they see situations is not really reality. It's their reality. And it's because when people have wounds that they don't want to heal, they get a big ego, and it distorts their perceptions about who they are and who other people are and how they deal with people. And what we see is this person tried to deal with you in a way that was very deceiving if it wasn't from the heart. And that is what you were really intolerable about. And that's really, I need to point that out because on shadow healing pages, we very rarely see that. We usually see people getting like inheriting the bad karma from a person that didn't really know what they wanted. And here you are giving so much time, energy, love. And in this story, that's not what happened. This person is left thinking about you. And they will be thinking about you because there are feelings. It's like you were like, I'm not dealing with it. So let's see, you attract this person magic. Now, when a person doesn't give you your time, what do you do? Well, again, you can sit on the couch and cry, or you could put your time into yourself. I feel like you put the time into yourself, and that's where you find your magic. Your magic was always there. I feel like you developed your intuition more. You worked on a lot of self-care. You worked on your career. You hung out with new friends. You went to different places, and you found really again who you are more. And in that, when we know who we are, we definitely find our magic. We find our gifts. So I feel like the time that you weren't consumed with this person again, which that's how this person would want it. You consume with them while they weren't really giving you everything that you deserve. So again, you poured it into yourself, you found the magic. You grew up in an environment that was extremely overwhelming. These are inner child cards, and I feel like this is the energy that it felt like being with this person. Because again, they would compartmentalize and it overwhelmed you emotionally. It triggered you emotionally because there's feelings there. That's how the reading started. It's like you're holding on to a cognitive distance. I love the person, but I don't. It's like I care about the person, but I don't. Because they're not being fair. They're triggering me. I feel like I can't do anything to, make this person see, which normally if a person doesn't have a high vibration, which is just because they don't value themselves enough, they would become subservient. They would submit to that type of behavior, which is why I said this person misjudged you. So again, because at the moment that I felt overwhelmed, you were like, I'm not dealing with that. Like you're trying to like disrupt my peace and you're like belittling me. It's like in a way, I feel like you grew up in an environment that was overwhelming because emotionally you had a parent that like belittled you, or that was how you perceived it. And it could just be you weren't a good student. And so all the time you would talk about things that you were interested in, and then maybe a parent would be like, well, how'd you do on that math test, or just to be made felt like non-deserving because of grades or because of something that you did. A lot of times when we get shamed in childhood, and we get shamed for all different reasons, again, it's not like our parent deliberately, a lot of times it's like, I want to shame you. But to the child self, when we go through an experience that's traumatizing, then again, where a parent like says something to us to make us feel not good enough, not good, it's belittling, then we begin to not trust ourselves. And believe me, that's what this person wanted. They wanted, and they were kind of creating that environment without really creating it, almost like without consciously creating it. I'm trying to say, I don't think that this person consciously said, I want to make sure that you have nothing. I feel like they really were like, I really like you. However, I don't really want a full-fledged relationship, but I don't really want you to go out and find anybody because I still want you here. So how can I make this work for me? Which is kind of like it's belittling to you. It's like not verbally, but like how they acted. Like you're not worthy, not taking you into consideration. Like you're not going to notice. Like and abuse. growing up in an environment that is belittling is abusive, because again, emotional is abuse. Psychological abuse is abuse. And sometimes when it's not said, but it's done through actions, where I feel like that's what this person was doing. In a way, they're abusing you by not letting you be able to like be emotional vulnerable, where this person is not going to be as open to you because of what happened in their past. So like I said, it's abusive. It brought you back to a time, like I said, that you were made to feel small about yourself. Understand, when we go experience trauma, a lot of times we go in very deep into our head. And I feel like, so you didn't really go out and explore. You weren't as grounded as you were. We get grounded by going out and trying things and finding ourselves and seeing a different version of ourselves. That's not what happened in childhood. Because if it was very overwhelming, the environment that you grew up in, you wouldn't do that. You would be more concerned about your safety. So I feel like this person kind of brought you back to a time. And so that again reminded you of that. And because of the way that they were treating you. And so you decided to put your energy into yourself, and you found your magic. Your magic has always been there. It's just you were asleep to it. Again, not all of our shadows are wounds. Sometimes, again, we find our magic, we find our gifts. Our gifts are our magic. Okay, so let's see. What is the energy that we can end this reading with? What should we know? Vitality. That you are a being of light, that you accept the divine energy in your body, and every one of your cells regenerates. So I feel like being in a connection like this, it brings your energy down. Abusive relationships affect us physically. And so what Spirit is saying is, it's like, cleanse yourself, remember who you are, that you are a being of light, which means that you and God, you are from God. So again, you have God energy inside of you, because you have the universe inside of you, and the universe is God. It's the energy of unconditional love. So it's about infusing your body with unconditional love by loving yourself, by giving to yourself, because that's where you find your magic, and that's what you're still expected to do, because you're still not 100% healed, because the abuse runs deep. It wasn't like a day. It was childhood trauma, growing up in abuse, being made to feel not worthy. And that's why you attracted a person that kind of made you feel not worthy, due to their issues, due to their baggage that they need to heal. I'm going to leave that there, Gemini. You let me know how you resonated. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.